Hi, I'm Bailey. I'm going to be your nurse today. We're just going to do a head-to-toe assessment so we can get you admitted. We have good light for our setting and the curtain's closed so there's privacy. I'm just going to go wash my hands and gather the equipment needed for today. Okay, so how's your nutrition been? How's your eating? Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you use any assistive devices to walk or to do any activities?
Nope.
Okay, and you have good posture, so it's all great. Good mood. So are you in any pain today?
Nope.
Oh, that's good. So I'm just gonna get your pulse ox, so I'm just going to turn this on. Put this on your right hand. You can lay it back down. And I'm also going to do your blood pressure real quick. You can just relax your hand. Just want to make sure that this is closed the right way. All good. Alright, so your blood pressure was 120/70. So that's in the normal range, so that's good. Okay, and it looks like you have a 99% oxygen, so that's also really great. So I'm just going to take this off, and I'm going to feel your pulse real quick.
Oppositional is just like lighter. Yeah, I think it's
Right, so your pulse is in the range, so it's 64, and your respiration, so we're about 15, so that's still good. And I'm going to do temperature really fast. So just going to stick this underneath your tongue real quick. .9. Great, you're all healthy. Okay, now we're going to measure your height and weight. So I'm going to do your height first. So what I'm going to need you to do is step on here and face this way. Use this real quick. It's okay, that was my fault.
You're kind of such a joke that I would have got two, and then I would have snapped a picture.
Alright, you can step down. And you're 5'1".
And then a minute later,
Now we're going to do your weight, so you can step back up on here. And I'm just going to
sometimes people, overachievers and stuff, they have an even harder time when people look and they're like, oh, well, they're just an overachiever. No, that's worked into their being.
Can't help it, I know.
Yeah. And then you're even harder on yourself because of that.
He's more relaxed now since he's spent a lot of people.
Okay, you can step off and weigh 132 pounds. So I'm just going to do a cognitive assessment on you. Do you know who you are? And do you know what time of year it is?
It's the spring.
And do you know where you're at?
Michigan.
Alright, so I'm going to just look at your hands and your nails real quick. So I'm just going to palpate. Everything looks fine. Your color is nice and pink, just like we want it. You have no lesions, so it's great. I'm going to just check your turgor. Perfect. you're all you're hydrated, so that's good. And I'm just gonna test your cap refill really fast. Great. Good on both sides. It's less than 3, so it's refilling the way we want it to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your hair and scalp, the 3 different places. So that's good there. That's good there. One more. Good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at your face and test a few different things. So your face is symmetric on both sides, and
I just slipped out. So you don't have no crackers.
so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just check your face out. So it's symmetric on both sides, and your expression is normal. So that's good. And now what I'm going to do is palpate your temporal arteries. Sorry, my hands are a little cold.
I'm doing the clip on.
So it's good. 2 grade, 2 plus on both sides. Now I'm going to do the TMJ. So can you open up and close? Move your jaw side to side and you clench down. Is there any pain or tenderness with that? Great, so it was smooth and there was nothing resistance with it, so that's good. So now I'm gonna look at your eyes, just check them out. So your eyebrows and your eyelashes seem to be symmetric. I'm just gonna pull down on your eye, look up.
How do you think I wrote you them things for the formulas for pharmacology?
So your sclera is nice and white and your conjunctiva is nice and pink. It's moist and glossy, and that's great. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to test your visual field. So just follow my pen with your eyes.
Well, I'm just thinking that weekend, who knows what we might be doing to celebrate the birthday. What's that mean? Maybe we'll do it before or after.
Good, good. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to measure your pupil size. And your pupil size is about a 4, so that's nice and normal. And what we're going to do now is a response to light and accommodation. So just look at me, and I'm going to just flash the light on both sides and see if your pupils constrict.
And like Adam, and I do that without.
Good. They both constricted, so that's wonderful. So now next, just look behind me, and I'm going to do the same test, all right? Great. So your pupils are equal round and react to light and accommodation, so that's great. All right. So now I'm going to just look at your ears, see how they are. So I'm just going to touch them, palpate both sides. Check your tragus.
I'm doing like the nurse.
Is that any pain with that? Good. Now the other side.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do like dinner and like wine.
All right.
You know,
How about that? Any pain there? Nope. So your ears are both like size and shape, are both symmetric. Everything looks great there. So now what I'm going to do is the whisper test. So you're going to close one ear at a time, and I'm going to whisper 2 different words and 1 random letter or number, and you're going to repeat it back to me, okay? All right. So can you close your right? Apple 3 orange. Okay, great. Close your left ear and
1, 4, 3.
okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at your nose, just check it out. So it looks symmetric and there's no deformities, no lesions. And I'm just gonna look up in your nostrils. There's no deviated septum, so that's good. So now what I want to do is check the patency of your nose. So close one nostril and breathe in and out. And then the other one. Did you have any difficulties with that? Oh, good. That's normal. And what I'm going to do now is just check your sinuses and tell me if there's any pain or tenderness with it, okay? So I'm going to check your frontal and your maxillary. How was that? Was there any pain? Good. So now I'm going to look at your mouth. So can you just smile at me? I'm gonna check your gums out and your teeth. It's nice, pink and healthy. That's great. And can you open up your mouth, stick your tongue out, and say ah. Your uvula is good. Your tonsils are 2+ grade, so that means they're normal. And then I'm just going to look at your pharynx and your hard palate, okay? Real quick. Good. They're nice and healthy and normal. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just palpate your nodes and just look at your neck, okay? So your neck, there's no lesions, lumps or bumps, and it's symmetric, so that's good. So now I'm just going to start feeling your nodes. Okay. So I'm going to start from behind your ears and work my way down.
See it become close.
Okay, so now we can invite people.
All right, everything seems normal to me. Was there any tenderness or pain with that? No. Great. So now what I want you to do is we're going to test your neck range of motion. So can you put your chin down to your chest and then all the way back, and then touch each ear to each shoulder, and then turn your face side to side.
Sometimes I wish I could like go into
Great, that's great. Was there any pain with that? And then do a shoulder shrug for
I
me.
can just like post that.
Great. Okay, so now I'm going to just check out your posterior chest. So your skin is normal, your shoulders and your scapulae are symmetrical. Your respirations are about 14, so it's normal. And now I'm just going to inspect your spine. So if you want to lean forward a little bit for me. And this feels normal. There's nothing, no abnormal curvature or anything. So now what I want to do is I'm going to just palpate your lungs. So I'm going to place here and I'm going to take a deep breath in for me. Good. I feel the expansion. There's no, is it tender anywhere? There's no lumps or bumps. It's good. So now I'm going to just percuss your CVA. Okay. So I'm just going to place my hand here and percuss it. Was there any pain with that? Nope. How about that? Good. And now I'm going to listen to your lungs. So whenever I move my stethoscope, the bell of my stethoscope, you take a deep breath in for me. All right. Be sure to do your evaluations for your 1 point.
Are we having some posters yet?
I don't know where this.
I don't know. I'm thinking that they'll probably be posted next week. Is that a week to week to the end of it? Good luck.
Sure, next 6 p.m.
All right.
Then the last couple of weeks.
Do you guys need anything from me before I go?
Okay, great. I didn't hear any abnormal breath sounds, so everything sounds fine to me. So now I'm going to just check your chest out in the front. So I'm just going to see, there's no lumps or bumps. Is anything tender when I'm palpating? That's good. So now what I'm going to do is just inspect your skin. So you have good skin. There's nothing wrong with it. You have a 14 respiration rate, so that's normal. And now I'm going to listen to your lungs really quick. Oh, and every single time I move my stethoscope, breathe in and out, okay? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at your neck vessels for jugular venous distension. So could you just move your head side to side? Okay, I don't see any. So it's good on both sides, so you don't have to worry about that. So now what I'm going to do is feel for your carotid pulses, okay? So I'm going to do it one at a time. So 2 gray plus on that side. And 2 gray plus on that side. So that's good. So now what I'm going to do is just inspect your heart. So I'm going to just look at your precordium. Everything looks good. And now I'm just going to listen real quick just for the lub dub. Okay. That's a nice heartbeat you got. So that was good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to your heart with my diaphragm and my bell in 5 different spots, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to do the bell. And that all sounded great to me, so there's nothing abnormal with that. But now I'm just, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to your apex for a full minute, okay? Okay. All right, nice and healthy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just check out your abdomen. So from what I'm looking at, your contour and your symmetry looks normal. There's no distension in anywhere. Your umbilicus is normal. It's in your midline, so that's good. And there's no abnormal like protrusions coming out. Also, there's no abnormal pulsations that I can see. So now what I'm going to do is just listen in all 4 quadrants for your bowel sounds. Okay, so I didn't hear anything abnormal, so that's good. But now I'm going to check your vascular sounds for any bruits real quick. All right, I didn't hear any of those, so that is great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to percuss each quadrant. Okay. everything sounds normal. And now I'm just gonna palpate. I'm gonna do a light palpation first. Alright, now I'm going to do a deep one, so you're going to feel a little bit more pressure. There wasn't any pain with that, was there?
No.
Okay, so also I'm going to check your femoral arteries for their pulse.
Okay.
And both of them was 2 grade plus, so that was normal. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do your lower extremities. So I'm just going to look at your legs really fast. I'm going to just pull your pants up about here, both legs. So from what I can tell right now, they're even with your hair distribution, and symmetry looks about even. Your muscle bulk is about normal, so that's good. I'm just gonna feel your legs for temperature. Both feel warm, so that's good on both sides. And testing for edema. There's no edema, so you're normal. There's no varicosities either. And the space between your toes are normal, so that's good. There's nothing, like no bumps or lumps or anything on there. Okay, I'm gonna feel your pulses on your dorsalis pedis real quick. I feel both of them, and it's about a 2+, so that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also gonna feel your posterior tibial, and both of your. Sorry, my hands are a little chilly.
That's okay.
And they're about 2+ on both sides too, so that's normal. So that's good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just test your range of motion. So we're going to do knee extension and flexion. So just pick your knee up like this and set it down. Do it on your other leg. Perfect. And then now do your knee or your hip flexion and extension. So bring it up like this, and then up like this. Awesome. And then now the last thing we're going to do is just do your is it hip abduction and adduction? So bring it out like this, come together, other foot, this, together. Great. So now what I'm going to do is just test look at your upper extremities. So I'm just going to look at your arms really fast. I see that the symmetry is it's symmetric between the two. And your muscle bulk is normal on each side, so that's good. And then your skin is nice and pink on both sides. Yeah, thanks for doing that for me. Everything seems normal. There's no lumps or bumps. It's all nice and warm, so that's good. Now I'm going to just test your radial arteries really quick on both sides. Great, you have a 2+ pulse on there, so that's normal. Now what we're going to do is just test some range of motion. So I want you to make a fist and extend it. Okay, that's good. Now I want you we're going to do a shoulder flexion. So just bring both your arms up here. That's great. And now we're going to do, let's see, shoulder abduction. So we're just going to raise them up and then do like a combing motion with that's good. That's normal. Great. Good job. And then we're going to need arm strength too. So what you're going to just do is just do this and then pull, and I'm going to see how the resistance is. So go for it. Oh, good. You have good strength.
Right.
In that arm. In that arm too. Good. Awesome. Okay, so for this last part of the assessment, I'm going to test your neurological system.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with the pain sensation test. I'm just going to poke your face and your forearm and basically you're gonna tell me if it's painful and if you feel it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off by doing this. Do you feel that?
Mhm.
I'm gonna try it on the other side. Do you feel that?
Yes.
So any pain with that?
Nope.
Okay, so now I'm gonna move down to your forearm.
Okay.
So,
I feel it, but there's no pain.
no pain? Okay,
No pain.
good. Now what I'm gonna do is just do a vibration test. So I'm just gonna put this on your wrist, on a bony part, and then on your ankle on a bony part.
Okay.
And you just need to tell me if you can feel the vibration or not, okay? Okay.
Mhm.
Great. I'm gonna just do this. You can put your foot on my knee really fast. Yep. Perfect. That's great. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is test your reflexes. So I'm just gonna start off with your biceps. So put your arm like this. I'm just gonna find your bicep. Good. That was 2 for that. It was normal. And now this one. Was 2 for that too. Okay. So that's good. Now I'm gonna try your tricep really fast. That was a 2. Just gonna stand right here, support you. It's 2 with that, so that's good. Now I'm just gonna do your knees, your patellar reflexes. I'm just gonna do this. It's good for 2. That's normal. That's normal. That was great too as well. I'm just gonna do your Achilles reflex really fast. There was a 2 on that. A 2 on that. Now I'm gonna do the Babinski reflex.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hold your foot like this and kind of just go like this on the
Okay.
bottom of your foot. Is normal for that one. Normal for that one. That's good. Everything's intact. So now what I'm gonna need you to do is we're gonna test your motor function. So I'm gonna need you to walk heel to toe for about 5 steps. Okay. That's good. Now you can walk back on your heels. And then walk forward again on your toes. Perfect. So now what I'm going to need to do is a Romberg test.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to, stand like that, arms by your side, and close your eyes for about 20 seconds, okay? Okay. Everything was normal. It's perfectly fine to move around for a little bit, just not like big swaying and stuff.
Okay.
For the last part, I just need you to bend down and touch your toes. I'm gonna look at your spine. Okay, your spine's all normal. So
Great.
now I'm gonna need you to just turn at your waist side to side so I can check the range of your motion of your spine. That's good. Full range of motion.